Some people think operating systems are this mystical idea, but an operating system can simply be just the standard in which you operate and a few key rules you try to live by. And Holly has those rules, and she's able to operate at such a high level. And I think she's done that through her experience and a few other key things she's done in her career to really help her take it to the next level. And if you want to learn how Holly uses her operating system to grow, check out this conversation. When you come from the world you came in, and we talked about in the last segment, there are systems in which they try to get you to operate within. And I just realized, based on our last conversation, how much our paths are similar, because when you worked for that realtor that you worked for that made that such an impact on you, you were doing the admin work.
Yes.
You were doing the grunt work to learn the business. And when my first boss that we were talking about in the last time, he recently passed away, I was doing the same thing. My role was, I was the only employee. I did everything except being an attorney in that first role after I graduated law school, right? And I learned so much about how you do the job. I remember where we were when he told me this. We were driving from the New Orleans to the West Bank, which is still New Orleans. We were going across the river.
Yeah.
And he said, by doing the things that we're doing, that I was doing, I will never be able to have an employee tell me that I don't know what it's like to do that job. Because I've been through it and I know what it's like and I know what the expectations are and I know what it feels like, but I also know how to help them become more efficient at the job. Mm-hmm. And I think the humility allows you to create a standard for yourself that you can operate on. And that's how an operating system is started, right? And so this segment we're going to talk about is operating systems. But I think when I ask the question, or we talk about operating systems with people who don't think about it all the time, they don't understand what it means really, because they think of the system. Well, what description or what product is my system? That's not necessarily.
They usually go to their CRM, right?
Yeah.
They're like, it's my CRM. And I like to distinguish all the time that your CRM is your in the business management system.
Yeah.
But you have to have something that has you working on the business so that you can create goals. You can have a high level overview to fix problems. You can create standards, right? And then you turn those into like these written SOPs, which people get really nervous thinking about too. And it's like, it could be a checklist. You can, write it on a piece of toilet paper, right? The importance is that you understand it so you can communicate it to your client.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that with our MLM, and that's kind of transitioned over into this. I don't physically do it like I used to, but we had what we called our DOM, our daily method of operation. And it was a chart that I literally had the top 8 things I wanted to do every day, talk to people, sell X amount of product, whatever. And I had it contact papered so I could use a dry erase marker on it, and I had it on my desk. And what we were taught to do was to keep score, and then at the end of the week, if you hit a certain amount, reward yourself with something. So you're kind of like, it's like a little game almost. How much can you stick to your DOM and how much of it can you get done every day? And so once you do that for 10 years, even if you transition into another,
the muscle is built.
It's built. It's done. It's there.
You just have your new 8 things you do today.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And the things I do are different than the things that my other friends that are agents do, but we all have, those of us that are successful at a high level have things that we have to do every day.
Literally outlining your priorities and being intentional. Yeah. So simple when you boil it down, and it works across any industry.
Yeah. That's right. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, it's just the operating system is how you just live up to the standard that you've set for yourself, right?
Yes.
And like the goals you're trying to create. It's like, how do you accomplish?
Well, not just you, but that the hard part is communicating that in a scalable way.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that, because one of the things I was going to say has to do with that, and something Jared and I actually recently talked about, is how important communication is. And all I had to hear in my MLM days, I sat in on a thing and they talked about the number one reason that relationships fail, whether they're what is it? The number one reason that groups of people fail, basically. Organizations.
Teams, organizations,
that's what I was looking for. Organizations fail, whether it be a marriage, that's an organization. That's a relationship between me and my husband. You as my title attorney, that's a relationship. Like, all of we're in a little organization, right? We're trying to get this deal closed. The number one reason that things fail is lack of communication. And I made it, when I heard this guy say that, I was like, I will never fail for not communicating. And so I make sure there's a system in place to where I'm communicating with my clients, I'm communicating with my team, which is my title attorney, my lender, whoever all we're working with, we are going to be in communication. And if you don't communicate with me, and you don't communicate with me well, I'm not going to work with you again. Right. And that's one of the things that really is why I gave Jared a try one time, and I was like, this guy answered the phone when I called. I remember one of our very first transactions. You probably don't remember it, but it was a bond for deed. I didn't even know what that was. And you helped walk me through it, and you answered all my questions. You answered them quickly. You didn't make me wait to get an email reply from you. You didn't put me off on somebody else. And I was like, okay, he can communicate. He gets it. I want people that can communicate with me. And I do set that expectation with my clients as well.
Yeah.
That's one of my very important procedures.
Well, I think, and it's as buyer and seller listening to this conversation, if they're like, well, why do I want to work with Holly? It's because you have a system of, and communication is such an important thing. And in real estate, it's the biggest factor. When you have a 30-day project, and maybe even you might say it's a 60-day project for you, help somebody find a house before you get under contract. It's so fast to make such an investment. You have to over communicate. And I think another thing that's important that you said too, as part of an operating system, is the team that you have, right? We talked about a business, they built out their accountability chart and who's going to fit on what seat. And people are like, well, I don't have a team, I'm by myself. But you've nailed it 5 times today. Your team is all the people that support you to accomplish the goal that you're trying to accomplish with your client. And it doesn't have to be a W-2 employee. It doesn't have to be somebody who has some contractual arrangement. It's the people that you work with to get to the finish line.
That's right.
And that's the agents, the lenders, the title companies, the insurance people, the inspectors, the roofer, the AC guy. We're all on a team.
And all 7 of your own personalities and hats you wear.
That's right.
Yeah, and then the ones that actually work with you or for you, right? Those are the ones that are also part of your team. And you all have to work together and be clear on what you expect. And if communication is important, you got to be able to say that that's the important thing. And you got to know enough about yourself and your business to be able to articulate that. But again, as a buyer and a seller, and being in this industry and seeing how most agents operate, to have the mindset that we've talked about, the experience that you have, the way that you market your business, the way that communication and leadership are important values to you, it's very apparent why you're able to be successful in what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's a breath of fresh air talking to somebody who actually has thought about that. So I mean, really
exciting.
It's
the most I've talked in a real estate segment.
Yeah, and so
we may need to do this Joe Rogan style and do like a 4-hour
conversation. Well, I think
I can go full Joe on y'all.
Yeah,
we would be in trouble.
We would.
I haven't tried, but
about that genuineness.
Yeah.
I'm all in if y'all ever want to give it a go.
Well, at one point in my life, I'm going to sit down and we're going to I'm going to really be able to get into more. I mean, obviously, we're in business, we have to support everybody, but yeah, there could be some honest, genuine feedback to a lot of people in this industry because they don't operate genuinely or they don't have a system and they think that they do. And sometimes,
but I would want to do that out of love because I genuinely want what's best for them, whether it's hard for them to hear it or not. Yeah. And I tell people that all the time. They're like, I sat down, I was on Shelby's podcast and she was like, so you're known of being direct and, the RBF and like all the things. I'm all the things. But I truly am that way because I'm passionate and I actually care. And it's never an intent to hurt your feelings, but I'm also not going to let you I'm going to watch you quietly fail.
Yeah.
Right.
That's terrible too. I'd rather love you hard.
Well,
that's right.
Yeah, we also know that a lot of people don't like honest feedback and being self-aware too. So, you got to play that game of, are people going to actually accept the feedback you get? Are they ready for what you're about to tell them?
Can they comprehend it? Yeah.
Well, I think too, genuinely wanting what's better for this industry is so important. And I think by offering this feedback or offering a new agent an opportunity to come work with me, just like I was given the opportunity to work for the person I work for and learn their systems, it's just bettering the industry. It's bettering the experience for our clients. And that's so important. It's not even just about me being successful. It's that no matter what industry I'm in, I want to help make an impact on that industry, even just locally.
As a whole. Yeah. Smoother transactions lead to more transactions and a better community.
That's right.
And collaboration is something that everybody in this real estate business is terrified to do. They don't want to give away the secret sauce. When we gave the secret sauce away. You work hard and you're genuine
and you're confident.
And you're confident. You're gonna be successful in the long run.
And none of it's a secret.
And it's not a secret. But people feel like they got this proprietary system or software or mindset or something idea. Like people have been selling real estate for a long time. Do a good job, work really hard, be confident and genuine, and you're going to do well.
That's right.
But you have to be intentional about it too. And so,
can I say one thing that helped me get over that was, because when I was selling this product, I thought, well, they kept saying, you want to make it a household name? And I'm like, not really, because like I don't want everybody to already have it. Then nobody's going to want to buy it from me. And somebody told me, Holly, do you know how many millions of people turn 18 every day and can come to you and buy this product, this energy product I had? And it's kind of, so now I have that same mindset with real estate. Like, there are people every single day that are graduating college or getting a new career or turning 18 or whatever their circumstances are in life. There's always people that need to buy a house.
Plenty of business.
I don't need everybody in St. Tammany or New Orleans to come to me.
Correct.
So there's enough business to go around, and if we could all realize that and help each other, I know we're not supposed to like collaborate or whatever, but help the industry grow and set a new standard of excellence and communication. I think it could change everything, you know. But the ones with that poverty mindset, you burn yourself out, and you live your life like we just talked about in fear because you're so worried that there's not going to be anybody that wants to buy a house next month.
Every
and there
area
is
of life.
Every day.
Yeah,
Yep.
that scarcity mentality will kill.
Yeah, it will.
I'm going to let us end with that.
Okay.
Nugget of gold.
Thanks.
So,
Don't
that was
have
it.
a scarcity mindset.
That's
Which is huge. So, well, look,
Thank you.
you're awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. I know this is a long time coming, so I'm thankful you're on
Yeah,
the podcast.
I'm happy to come anytime.
I can't wait to see how many thousands of people watch this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Next time, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.